Hey everybody, it's Christine, and I'm back for update 2 of our Fiendish book club read. Excuse me. And first things first, we have come up with a name for the book club. It's no longer Jen's buddy read. It is now on the booktube shelf, and it'll be in the description of the video. So we left off yesterday or Sunday with Elisa, and they had just left or let the animals go out of the zoo, the creepy zoo. And so you kind of get a little bit of a background about Fisher, that his parents kind of left town really quick, and then when he was 9 years old, his mother kind of dropped him off at his grandmother's, and then she left. So Isola, his grandmother, has raised him. And you kind of get a little bit information about the reckoning, which is how Clementine got put into the cellar to begin with. Not a nice thing to have happen, but you know. And then you also get to know that, well, first things first, Clementine and Shiny wake up, and there's no food in the house, so they decide to go fishing in the creek. And on their way there, Clementine wants to drive. Now, keep in mind, she's been in the cellar for 10 years, so, you know. But Clementine's one little skill, craft, whatever, is explicitly knowing how things work. Like, she'll pick up a padlock and know the inner workings of it and exactly how to open it. So she gets into the car or the truck, and it's a stick shift, and she tries 3 times and she knows how to do it. So there's that. And then they get to the creek and they do a little fishing, and she ends up catching this catfish, and it's got green scales and spiky teeth. And the description, there's a description here. It's kind of really gross. There we go. She was about to stick her fingers in the fish's mouth and twist the hook out when suddenly she yanked her hand up to her chest, and we both froze. Its mouth was full of long, jagged teeth, row upon row of them, and every one like a needle. And it's got these green scales, and so they kind of realize that there's something wrong with this fish. And Shiny begins getting scared because upon seeing this, she thinks that another reckoning is going to be happening. And they really quickly bury the fish. They gut it, they bury it. So yeah, they get back to the house, and Shiny pretty much tells Clementine that another reckoning is happening because she's woken up, left her cellar, whatever. So she packs her bags and leaves. And she gets to her old house and looks around, and Fisher shows up and goes into the backyard of the adjoining property. And Clementine doesn't know, but the property owner had died 2 years previously, and his grandmother is now taking care of the property. So they go into what is called the Hollows, and it's this dark, dank bush, jungle, whatever. And when Fisher touches the trees, flowers bloom on these trees, and grass grows, and everything sort of comes alive. And she kind of gets not spooked, but interested. And he pretty much says that he's made the area like that. And then they're walking around, and something spooks him, and he tells her to get out. And lo and behold, these dogs, these black, fiendish dogs, come out, and he starts fighting with them, and she is just hooked into watching what's happening, and then realizes that he's struggling because he does manage to kill a couple, but he's struggling because every time they scratch him, because he also self-heals. He does not heal. And they've got this black poison. So as she helps him, gets rid of them, and then as they're leaving the hollows, a fiend comes flying up, and it spooks her, and they kind of hide away from it, and then they come up with a second fiend. And in order to get past this second fiend, he has to give her, Fisher has to give the fiend some of his blood to tell his fortune, and Clementine refuses to do that. And what was it that she does? She is just told that she has to keep her craft low and quiet and not to let anybody know about her craft. So she brings Fisher back to his grandmother, and he tells her not to come in because his grandmother will just flip out on her. So she leaves and comes back because it's dark time now, and the time in the hollows is not like time in the present. When you're in there, time just does not exist, or at the same rate. So then she needs to see Fisher. So she climbs up to his attic window, breaks the screen, and realizes that he's in bad shape. And she lays hands on him, and the poison comes pouring out of him, like just gushing out of him. And so then he's got this fever. Well, he's got the poison in him. Once the poison is out, he's freezing. So the fever breaks, obviously, and then she sings some lullabies, and then he goes to sleep, and that's where we leave off. My question is, what else can she do? I want to know what more she can do, what more Fisher can do. I want to know why the grandmother really does not or should not know about her. I really want to know the backstory exactly of how the reckoning happened. You just get an idea of what happened, but you don't get an idea of how it was instigated, I think, and how it really became. And the last question was, what's going to happen next? It's a really good book. It is creepy, so it's perfect for October reads. So yeah, that's my take on it so far. I tried to go in depth just because it is a read along, and there are spoilers. You know, it's a spoilery video, but I really want to know more about Clementine. She just seems to have come out of this sleep knowing things, and not knowing specific things, but knowing other stuff, like, you know, as if she had never been asleep before. Some of the people she recognizes, some of the people she doesn't, but she's not scared of it, and she's not upset or in shock about things that she had missed for 10 years of the sleep. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So let me know how you guys are finding it. If you're liking it, not liking it, what parts you are finding really interesting, or what parts that are disturbing to you. They have such a connection. Fisher is fighting it, and she's wanting more, kind of. But yeah, so let me know how you're finding it, and I believe Alanna is next on Thursday, and we read up to 269, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's got to be 260 then, I think. Up to chapter 20, if I'm not mistaken. So, and then on Saturday, Jen, from Reading with Pugs, I think is going to do the finale update. All the details will be down below if I'm wrong. So yeah, I hope everybody's having a wonderful day, and I will see you later. Bye.